If you don't do it and you get too old to go after it, you might remember this video and you'll wish you listened. Oh, more on this later. What is going on, guys? My name's Psutka, and today we're talking about the cost of not attaining, or at the very least, not trying to attain your dreams. On this channel, I do a ton of exploring, lots of adventure. I currently reside in the city of Toronto, Canada, so that's where we're going to be exploring today. I gotta get my second vaccine shot, so I figured why not hit that up along the way. We're gonna go back to Toronto Island. I recently filmed a video called 37 Things Not to Do on Toronto Island. I don't know what is going on over here. If you haven't seen that, link up here. Because it was an overcast day then, and so I didn't stick around for sunset. So I think this one is gonna be incredible, and we're hopefully gonna capture an epic sunset and just a beautiful location. If you're new here, welcome. Two of my favorite things in life, sunsets and exploring. So what I try and do on this channel is I try and find awesome, epic places to capture sunsets and just environments in general, and then share that with you all while I'm discussing a topic that I'm really passionate about. But before we get too caught up in our adventure today, let's get into our topic. The cost of not trying to attain your goals in life. This is a juicy one. Okay, let's start things off by saying that I haven't really had any issues in my life with going after what I want out of life, even if it was something that's unhealthy for me. I think it's one of my strongest traits. If I want something, I go for it. I am now attacking the things in my life much harder and with much more calculated design than I ever had before, putting so much more planning and thought into my work. I think this is super important when trying to achieve big things. In my past, I had put way more hope and not enough execution into my dreams and my goals, my aspirations for life. And I understand that now, and I've learned from all those failures and mistakes. I've always been the type of person to not settle for an average life. An average life meaning a job you don't like or you hate, or not being fulfilled by what you're doing, or not striving for more. But my actions didn't match my dreams or my goals. Sure, I was putting a decent amount of time into them, but it takes much more than that. If all you had to do was put in just a little bit of time here and there on your dreams, on your aspirations to bring them to fruition, then everyone would do it and everyone would be successful at it. But all of that time doing those things, doing that extra work, pursuing my dreams has built up a mindset that is becoming unshakable for me. I'm 30 now and I'm not making a living doing what I love, but I've begun the process. A very, very long process. If you're gonna go after these kinds of things in life, you need to have a strong mind and a passion for what you're doing. Because if you're doing it for alternative reasons like money or status or anything like that, you won't last. Or maybe you will last, but you're not going to be happy doing it. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the passion and the mindset that you kind of have when you're going after your dreams. Don't be naive. If you want an extraordinary life, it's going to take an extraordinary amount of work. That's why it's called extraordinary. You get it. Okay, we've got a lot to see, a lot to talk about. Let's go. Alright, I've got to go in, get my shot. All done? Let's continue on. Now this all comes down to regret. And for all those people out there that are like, no regrets. Yeah, you're just lying to yourself. That, or you treat things like regret as learning experiences like I do. I've learned from this situation so that I don't end up in it again. It is pretty windy here. The backdrop is just so nice, but I think I don't want to mess with the audio. We're gonna move. All right, we're going in the fountain to get out of the wind. Check out these sharks. Everyone has some regrets, but it's what you do about those regrets so that you have less regrets in the future. See, there's a couple costs that go along with trying to attain your dreams and not trying to attain your dreams. The cost of trying to attain your dreams is sacrifice, because it's such an incredible amount of work that you have to sacrifice things like weekends, hanging out with friends, leisure activities, that kind of stuff. But if you're really loving what you're doing, then it won't seem like that much of a sacrifice because you want to do it and you want it to become something. Now, let's get into the cost of not trying to attain your dreams. I think this is kind of like a make or break point for everyone in their lives. If you settle for an average life, an average job, something you're not really thrilled about, even if you're just kind of in the middle, like meh, over time, this will eat away at you. You'll get comfortable, you'll stop pushing to be a better version of yourself, you will settle. The regret of knowing that you could have done so much more with your life will eat you alive slowly. Now, this is what I mean by the cost of not trying to achieve your dreams. And I think that this feeling can lead to, not that it will, but it could lead to bigger issues of unhappiness. Lots of people have turned to drugs or alcohol to numb the pain or shut the voices in their head. I know I have. Whatever your vice of choice is, it's likely that it could become a bigger and bigger problem, so you don't have to think about or so you can drown out all those what ifs. All right, super passionate about this topic, as I'm pretty sure you can tell. All right, excited for Toronto Island. Let's keep moving. Now, if you saw 37 things not to do on Toronto Island, then you know the only way to get to Toronto Island is to take the pirate taxi. And if you haven't seen 37 things not to do on Toronto Island, go watch that after this. Where are we headed, Captain?
Well, we're on our way to the high seas. We're going to tackle some waves and get ourselves over to Center Island.
And Captain Real has put on the Tragically Hip for us.
Yes. What's the song called there?
Nautical Disaster.
Exactly.
I like to listen to the track that I'm going to be editing to while I film, and oh man, this is fun. Right there. I'm hoping that it's not going to be too noisy with the waves coming in so we can chat here. What? Yes! Can you think of a better place to vlog? Holy shit. So I've always wanted to create, mostly stuff like this, online video, YouTube, that kind of thing. But I was always doing it for the wrong reasons. That sun is coming in hot. Sure, part of my reasoning behind it was to create for a living, but more so than that, it was the thrill and the attention and just the adrenaline of doing stunts. As I got older, I realized that that approach wasn't gonna work for me unless I upped my game to a very dangerous level, more dangerous than it already was. We're talking Jackass style stunts. If you're new to the channel, had to switch over memory cards, 128 gigs full. So I realized that my dream was dying, and even though I was so strong and persistent to achieve this dream, this goal, I knew deep down inside that it was done. And it crushed me because at that point, it was the only way that I could see myself creating. I didn't think I was smart or skilled or knowledgeable in any form. It was really the only way I saw myself going about it. My drinking and my drug use, but mainly my drinking, took hold of me and I went into a very dark place. I hated the thought of working a normal job for the rest of my life, and at that point it seemed like that was my only option. Remember that when someone is feeling sorry for themselves or hating their current situation, it's very hard to see out of that or think of any way really to kind of change it up at all, especially when addiction is involved. For someone looking from the outside in, they could easily point out a couple different avenues or ways to pivot to continue to do what you want in just a different or a better way. I know that this could sound very spoiled in a way, like, oh no, you've got to live a normal life. But I'm only here for a limited time, and I want to make the most of it. And you should too. I know what happens when I give up, and I don't ever want to be in that state again. And if you want to support a person that's full of passion and drive to do what they love and share what they love with all you, then hit that subscribe button and tell your friends. But in all seriousness, if you've ever given up on anything in your life, you know that feeling. And I hope that this video helps you get off your ass and get after it again. Because time's gonna continue with or without you, and you're gonna look back one day and wish you hadn't given up. And one more thing, It's okay if your dream fails. We go into these things with like a one-track mind, one goal, one way of doing it, but it changes along the way. So what you have to do is just adapt to those changes, those course corrections, and don't ever stop trying. All right, are you guys ready for one hell of a sunset? Let's go. I guess there's kind of a trail in here. We'll make it. You know, I'm a pretty kind person, but swans could just fuck off. Are you ready for this? I know I am. It never gets old. That was ridiculous. If you're new here, stay a while. Put your feet up, grab a drink, watch some of my other videos. But if you enjoyed this video, go down there, hit the like button, be something positive you did today. I'd greatly appreciate it. Subscribe, do the thing with the bells so you know the second I put out another video, and I will see you all next time. This is left-handed. That's why it's so weird. I'm just like, what am I doing here? It's counterclockwise, clockwise? See ya. There's bugs on everything. There's bugs on my one wheel. There's bugs on my knapsack. There's bugs all over me. I gotta get out of here.